Hello everyone! In this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Samina Pasha to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Samina Pasha's words. The news I will share today is about an important session held within the PTI, followed by a dramatic press conference where all the key leaders of PTI were seen together, sending a message of unity. What is the current situation of PTI? We will discuss that today. Additionally, the prisoners of PTI who are currently in jail have started discussing negotiations suddenly, while on the other hand, Imran Khan has called for protests. So, what is the reason behind the differences between the Adiala and Kotlakpat jails and the apparent divergence in their opinions? Is this an indication of two different directions? We will also talk about whether this will benefit or harm the party. Moreover, we will also discuss today whether the KP government is really in danger. There was an important meeting between Mian Wali Khan and Shahbaz Sharif today. On the other hand, we will also tell you why some people within PMLN are starting to feel uncomfortable, and what I mentioned in the last vlog, it seems like the signs of it are now starting to show. We will discuss this too. Lastly, we will talk about an important report prepared by Sufi. What does it reveal? We will bring it to you as well. I request you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. So, let's begin today with the activities of PTI. Today, PTI held an important parliamentary session, which was attended by MPs, MLAs, and many other prominent members like Salman Akram Raja, Ali Amin Gandapur, and many others including Omar Ayub, Shibli Faraz, Sheikh Waqas Akram, and Intizar Panjuta. After the session, a press conference was held. In the session, the ongoing issues faced by the KP government were discussed, along with the challenges they are facing. As Imran Khan has announced protests after Muharram, that too was a part of the discussion. However, many leaders have expressed their opinions on these issues. For example, Ali Muhammad Khan's stance has been criticized heavily during the meeting. Ali Muhammad Khan is often criticized for his views because he is not a hardliner, and given the tough times PTI workers are facing, they feel that it is only those who take a hard stance who represent their emotions. There's a general belief that softliners like him haven't delivered and are seen as compromised or timid. This is why they do not accept his position. But Ali Muhammad Khan usually takes a middle ground, avoiding extreme statements and advocating for tolerance. This could be his style of political maneuvering, but today, the remarks he made about Alima Khan also sparked significant criticism. He praised her, calling her highly respectable, but said she should not involve herself in political matters or make political statements. This comment has drawn a lot of negative attention because people are questioning why Alima Khan is involved in political matters at all, given that she does not participate in any parliamentary party, core committee or political committee meetings. Her role seems to be limited to communicating messages from Imran Khan to the public, as direct communication with party members is currently not possible. This has led to the perception that Alima Khan is filling a gap in communication, but it raises the question of why this gap exists. If the party itself is not delivering or taking action, it's only natural for others to fill in the void, especially when it's been over 2 years since Imran Khan's release and there has been no significant movement. Many feel that Alima Khan's involvement is becoming necessary because the party leadership has failed to take effective action, even though protests and movements have not been able to gain momentum. Moreover, Shahid Kakan Abbasi, in a discussion with the parliamentary party today, voiced his frustration with the leadership. He said that the leadership should make clear who is making the decisions. He pointed out that decisions are being made by someone, but the burden of those decisions is falling on others. He expressed his displeasure about receiving tweets from others regarding decisions that he was not even informed about, and he emphasized that this lack of clarity is becoming a problem for the party. In the press conference, we saw that PTI leaders gathered together, which was quite remarkable considering the tensions among them. Junaid Akbar, for example, had concerns about Ali Amin Gandapur's government, and the relationship between some of the party leaders was visibly strained. However, today, during the press conference, all of them seemed united in their message. During the press conference, they voiced their concerns about the treatment of Imran Khan, the restrictions on his meetings, and the decisions regarding specific sittings. Salman Akram Raja expressed his concerns in his usual logical manner, stating that if you start limiting votes, what remains of democracy? Barrister Gohar, as always, took a balanced approach and emphasised that PTI is open to negotiations. Junaid Akbar spoke about the differences within the party, but stressed that when it comes to Imran Khan's release, all differences must be set aside and they must work together as one. Sheikh Waqas Akram discussed the difficult situation of the workers, highlighting deaths that had occurred among party members and emphasising their struggles. However, Ali Amin Gandapur was the one who stood out today with his bold stance. He particularly challenged the government and state institutions, as well as other political parties, by saying that they often talk about overthrowing his government. He said, "I challenge you to overthrow my government, and if you do so constitutionally, I will leave politics forever." He urged them to bring it on and try to overthrow his government if they could. But this challenge raises a bigger question. Are they really following the constitutional path? If they intend to overthrow his government, they should understand that any action taken will likely not be constitutional and will be outside the boundaries of the law. Therefore, Gandapur's challenge seems to be more about posturing than an actual constitutional approach to power shifts. It seems that no matter what the PTI leaders say or do, the situation remains quite unclear. Many feel that it's all smoke and mirrors with no real strategy in place to resolve the current challenges. Still, the party maintains a unified front when it comes to certain issues like the release of Imran Khan, even though their internal divisions continue to simmer beneath the surface. The reason they are going is to divert attention from Imran Khan's protest plan, as he has called for a protest. The intention is to prevent people from thinking that perhaps the KP government is collapsing. Such statements were made to divert the situation. However, Imran Khan's message was clear. You can bring the government down in this manner if we buy some of the MPAs and sit them with the opposition. He said no, they will neither be afraid, nor will they sell out. They have undergone all tests and they are united with me. There is no tension, not a single person will defect. He was issuing strong challenges while also repeating his point, if you shoot bullets, we will deal with it. He also discussed how major roads came under their control. After all these developments, the tweet from Amal Wali Khan was quite interesting. He tweeted after meeting with Shahbaz Sharif today, stating that the decision regarding the reserve seats and the results of the February 8th elections do not seem final. He also mentioned that he and his party were never interested in horse trading, and they had rejected it before and would continue to do so in the future. It seemed like he was referring to the possibility of forming a government in KP through horse trading, but he was stating that they were not interested in it. However, the interesting part was his insistence on principles. Everyone was surprised to hear him talk this way. If Amal Wali Khan really holds such strong principles, maybe he would even refuse the reserved seats that ANP is getting in the recent decision. He could say, no, this decision about the reserved seats is wrong. If you're not satisfied with it, then we refuse to accept them. But no, our speculation was wrong. The news is that Amal Wali Khan's party has filed a petition in the Peshawar High Court, stating that they are getting fewer reserved seats and should be given 2 instead of 1. But despite all this, Amal Wali Khan's party insists on proving their principles while remaining firm in their stance. Even Maulana is saying that the elections are ongoing and this government is not legitimate. The establishment has ruined everything, distorting the constitution. But even though they are sitting in this supposedly fake assembly, Maulana says if they are given more seats, they would happily accept them. So, ANP's current situation also reflects this. Yesterday, it was reported that PTI had contacted Maulana and asked if they were planning to bring down the KP government. Maulana responded that he had no interest in such plans. Until now, neither ANP nor Maulana have given any indication that they are planning to bring down the government in KP. However, PTI remains highly alert, fearing that something might happen against them. In the meantime, there is a lot of attention on the protest situation, and I noticed today that their social media was quite upbeat. Seeing all the leaders sitting together, they said, here's our issue. We just want all of you to unite and stop fighting among yourselves. Focus on getting Imran Khan released. If you do that, we are with you. Today I also heard that Ali Muhammad Khan criticised on social media, saying their actions should be more measured and not involve issuing fatwas of betrayal or similar extreme actions. Social media, as we know, has its pros and cons. On one hand, it brings attention to important issues, but on the other, it also allows people to say things without thinking too much about the consequences. People often get carried away and criticise when they feel the political leaders are inactive or not raising their voices. The vibe on social media today seemed to suggest if you all are doing the right thing, there's no reason for us to criticize you. We only criticize when we feel you are not being active or raising any issues. So, one side is pushing for protest, while those in Kotlakpat jail are calling for talks. It's a strange coincidence that whenever Imran Khan calls for a protest, there's always talk about negotiations or secret meetings between the establishment and PTI. This time, however, it's not coming from journalists or establishment circles, but from senior PTI leaders already in jail. Many believe these leaders, after 2 years of hardship, are now fed up and want to end the situation, perhaps due to health concerns. They are all above 70, and not everyone is fit enough to endure long periods of imprisonment. The state of the country also contributes to the issue. It's not just PTI leaders suffering. The entire nation is going through hard times with a failing government that hasn't delivered on anything. The economy is in ruins, unemployment is on the rise, and there's no foreign investment. The people are becoming poorer. The institutions are crumbling. Looking at the current situation, there is growing sentiment that this crisis needs to be resolved soon. Shah Mahmood Qureshi spoke today, confirming that PTI has written a letter for talks. Some people thought they hadn't, but Qureshi confirmed it. He said that while the protest is ongoing, they're also open to negotiations. He didn't specify who they want to meet or talk to, but he mentioned they would disclose that when the time comes. This is a significant statement because even Khwaja Saad Rafiq from the ruling party recently tweeted, saying that if PTI launches a protest after 10 Muharram, it will fail. He cited several reasons. PTI's leadership is divided, its workers are tired, and many are still in jail. The state would use its power to curb the protest, and the general public would be unwilling to join due to the heat and the oppressive weather. He believes the protest will not succeed. Despite this, he emphasized that the letter PTI wrote should be taken seriously. The idea, he said, was to preserve democracy. He mentioned that if things don't change, democracy itself might be finished. He pointed out that the current setup has crushed political space, and even the ruling party has no power. These insights are now being recognized by leaders in the ruling party as well, and they understand that if the opposition continues to fight, it could harm democracy. Khwaja Saad Rafiq believes it's essential to start talks and form a new agreement to save democracy. His party also feels this way, and it's becoming clear that even within the ruling party, leaders are beginning to question the direction of the country and the political system. Ultimately, it seems that the situation might shift toward talks rather than protest. The mood in Adiala jail appears focused on the protest, while the mood in Kotlakpat jail seems to lean toward negotiations. However, Imran Khan's narrative still prevails, and everyone seems to be following it. These detained leaders have called for meetings with Imran Khan, or at least to allow political advisors to meet with him. They want him to receive political advice and think about the future direction. This is the current discussion, and it remains to be seen where things will go in the coming days. In the meantime, there's some good news for PTI supporters. Sanam Javed has been released. Her bail was approved yesterday, and she was released on bail. While there was concern that she might be arrested in another case, she was finally freed. She and her husband went home in a rally, and she continued to criticize Mariam Nawaz, saying that criticism should be taken in stride. This is a positive development. Supporters should be released, and I believe that Dr. Yasmin Rashid should also be released as soon as possible. If the government truly wants to bring PTI to the table for talks, the first step must be taken by the government, and that means removing the obstacles to the release of leaders. If a few leaders are released, then we can say the government is genuinely interested in talks. But if the government continues its hard stance, it will be difficult for negotiations to move forward. That wraps up our translation of Samina Pasha's video. I hope this English version helped you understand her message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.